Here's the starting lineup for tonight. The Sixers will go with Johnny Dawkins and Hersey Hawkins in the backcourt. Charles Shackelford in the middle. Armand Gilliam and Charles Barkley up front with him. John Bagley and Reggie Lewis in the Boston backcourt. Parrish in the middle. Larry Bird and Kevin Gamble in the front. And we've talked about those guys who are really missing the action. Celtics have been hit hard by injury. There are the officials for tonight's game: Bernie Pryor, Dan Crawford, and Derek Stafford.
It's going to be some interesting matchups tonight. It'll be interesting to find out from the Celtics standpoint who will be guarding Shackelford and who will be guarding Charles Barkley.
76ers have not won here in the Boston Garden since December the 22nd, 1989. They won that game 89-88. Since then, they have lost 3 straight here in the Garden. And they will play these Boston Celtics 4 times this season. And each of the games, I think it's safe to say, is a spirited engagement.
This has always been just a tremendous amount of fun for the visitors, especially for us when I played with the 76ers, to come up here and play in the Boston Garden and go out there and realize that, you know, you may beat one of the best teams in franchise history.
There's Charles Barkley wearing number 32, his tribute to Irvin Magic Johnson. It is the first game that he's wearing number 32, and he will wear that number for the remainder of this season. Nice gesture by Charles. Nice gesture by
Nice gesture by Billy Cunningham as well to allow that to happen.
Parrish and Barkley to jump it at center court.
I do think that's an excellent gesture by Charles Barkley, though, to wear number 32.
And the opening tap goes to the Sixers. Johnny Dawkins with John Bagley on it. Shackelford being leaned on by Parrish. Shot clock is at 8. Back to Shackelford. Partially blocked. Barkley has it. And the foul has been called on Larry Bird.
Tremendous job by Charles Barkley to get inside position, realizing that the 76ers were trying to go low to Shaq immediately. Try to pick up a quick one on Robert Parrish. Charles was right there for the offensive rebound.
Meanwhile, Bird with the quick first foul of the game. 30 seconds in, no score. Charles taking a look over Gamble, and now is going to drive around him and powers his way in, and the Sixers are up 2.
Very difficult matchup right there for Kevin Gamble, trying to check Charles Barkley. Might have the speed, but doesn't have the strength to stay with Charles Barkley.
Charles went to the steal. Gamble down the lane, dishes to Parrish. Missed it. Tap no good. Rebounded by Gilliam. Dawkins back to Gilliam, who put it up over Bird. And the Sixers have a 4-point lead.
Gilliam's playing very well coming into tonight's ballgame, despite the fact that he missed Orlando's game, shooting 63%, which puts him 3rd in the league behind Charles, who is 2nd.
Bird. Got it.
Of course, the Birdman's playing pretty good, too, isn't he?
When doesn't he?
Yes. 11th in the league in scoring this year, 22.5 points per game, shooting almost 50%. The Birdman is back.
Hawkins into the lane, fadeaway. And Bird with the rebound. Back from the Celtics. Gamble on the run for Bagley. Gamble looked left, fed right, and we're tied at 4.
John Bagley got that body moving a little bit. 210 pounds, all 210 pounds of.
Hawkins comes up shooting, partially blocked by Reggie Lewis. Bird tried to feed it through to Gamble, and Charles Barkley kicked it off. 9 minutes, 50 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 4-4 tie. Shackelford across the lane. Hook comes up short. Lee Parrish got a piece of that. Bagley. Nice feed for Lewis. And he scores. Celtics lead for the first time tonight. 6-4.
There's a mismatch, I think, as well. If Johnny Dawkins can get isolated on John Bagley out in the top, I think Johnny Dawkins should be able to drive by him, give him a little juke left and go right. I don't think Bagley has the quickness to stay with J.D.
The Bagley has not played well until recently, as you mentioned. He's just beginning to round into shape. Quick feed underneath, doesn't fall. Gilliam follows. Arman went to the left hand, spun it off the board, and we're tied at 6. Bird back quickly. Bird has 4. The Celtics lead by 2. Dawkins driving and scores. There's that matchup you talked about, Steve. Reggie Lewis. Both teams hit the court shooting pretty well tonight. 10-8 Boston.
Well, you know Boston is going to run. There's no question about that. Once the shot goes up, you have to think getting back defensively because they're going to push it up. Especially you're talking about Lewis, Bagley, and Gamble. They're going to get out and run.
Gilliam wide open, missed it. Bagley for Lewis. Celtics have hit their last 5 shots. Bird around and out.
Jinxed him.
Sixers looking for the tie. It's 10-8 Celtics. Dawkins doesn't go. Tap no good. Barkley is there, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line. That one is on Reggie Lewis.
Once again, J.D. was able to show some quickness. Got by Bagley, which he should be able to do. The shot was just a little off. Good hustle that time by Shaq, who kept the ball alive, and Charles Barkley was right there to retrieve it. He took it right back up and drew the foul.
Charles comes in with the unusual numbers tonight of having a better field goal percentage than he does free throw.
Amazing, isn't it? But you take a look at that field goal percentage, 69%. There's only one guy shooting better, and that's Hill from Golden State. Charles goes to the line 12 times per game. That's a lot.
Kevin Gamble wide open. And Shackelford, did he save it? No, he was on the line. Nothing but Sixers around, and Charles couldn't hold on to it. 10-9 Celtics, 7:49 to play first quarter. Quick turnaround is good by Kevin Gamble. Celtics by 3 as we approach 7.5 to play for the quarter. Hawkins down the baseline, around and out. Charles is there for the offensive board and back up again.
Charles is geared up to play this evening, wearing number 32 for the first time.
Reggie Lewis up front rim, no good. Charles lost that one, and Lewis with the rebound. Good hustle by Reggie Lewis to get that one away. It would have been Barkley's 6th rebound of the night.
Charles has been doing an excellent job for the Sixers this evening, or actually for the entire year on the boards, averaging 14.5 per game.
Gilliam open shot doesn't fall. Rebounded by the Celtics, and here they come. Gamble on the run.
Got to be aware of the Boston Celtics breaking. Jimmy has seen enough of that Boston fast break. He wants to regather his troops a little bit. Calls a timeout, 20-second timeout.
16-11 Celtics first quarter. And we'll be back. Who has 7 points, and the Sixers are within 3. The ball movement by the Sixers, and Charles takes a tumble. Might have been tough for someone with a lesser body.
That's when you throw the guy next to you out in front of you. Say, here, you stop this blow.
Bird off the mark. Gilliam rebound. Back comes Johnny Dawkins. Quick pass to Hawkins. No. And an offensive foul.
Charles Shackelford was called for the foul. He was called for pushing the defender out of the way, not allowing that defender to get to Johnny Dawkins as Johnny went in for the layup. Good call that time by the referee.
first foul on Shackelford. Bird wide open, front rim, no. Parrish is there. And foul, and the bucket counts.
The old guy doing an excellent job on the offensive board. Take a look at him, 38 years old, can still get up, give a little pump fake, take it to the boards.
Well, until 20 seconds ago, Charles Shackelford had no fouls. He's got 2 now. Parrish makes it a 3-point play, and it's 19-13 Celtics. You see it there, 5:38 to play for the quarter. Dawkins, nice pass for Charles Shackelford on the baseline.
By J.D. realizing that the big guy, Robert Parrish, is going to come over and block it. Nice feed over to Shackelford.
Bird double team, finds Bagley down the lane.
There's not many guys in the league that can find the open man better than Larry Bird. You know, realize that double team comes and just dumps it off to the open guy.
Down low, Shackelford goes to the left hand, overshoots. Bird has the rebound. And the Celtics running again. Bagley for Gamble. And he missed it. Loose ball off of Dawkins. Here come the Celtics again. This is a 5-on-3, and it's taken away by Hawkins for Charles. Hersey Hawkins turned disaster into opportunity.
Charles wanted to put that one through, didn't he? Took off at the dotted line.
Bird tries the baseline, gives to Parrish. Parrish again. Parrish, in the opener this season at Charlotte, or against Charlotte, became the 12th player in NBA history to reach 12,000 career rebounds. That's a lot of boards.
That's a lot of boards, I'll tell you, man. That's an odd board. I can't believe that somebody pulls down 12,000 boards.
That's a lot of window cleaning. Hawkins found himself in a bind, had to force it up at the buzzer, and Parrish has another rebound. Bagley for Bird, down the lane, 2 more. Bird has 6. It's a 25-17 lead, and Jim Lynam says, we got to talk about this.
Munchies.
They're here.
Do not.
To the Coors Trivia question. The answer to tonight's Coors Trivia question is Michael Jordan, 52 points. Congratulations to tonight's winner, Jermaine Vermel from Villanova University.
One's out of bounds to the Sixers.
You know, it's amazing when you start getting fast breaks. Look at the percentage right now. Boston 12 of 20, 60%, compared to every time you come down and have to work a little one-on-one or half court. Sixers 8 for 20, 40%.
Number 44, Rick Fox, into the game, trying to stay with Charles Barkley. Not that time. The baseline jumper is good, and it's 25-19. Charles has the 11. That one batted out of bounds by Ron Anderson, who was into the lineup, along with Manute Bol. So the Sixers now with Hawkins and Dawkins in the backcourt, Manute, Ron Anderson, and Charles Barkley. Kevin McHale also on the floor for the Celtics. And that's a push on Hersey Hawkins. That's number 1 on Hawkins. And inbounding it is the rookie from North Carolina, Rick Fox, who has done a fine job for him.
He really has. 12 points, almost 4 rebounds per game. And everybody seems to like him. They weren't quite sure about his potential when he first came in, or his ability, but given the opportunity which Chris Ford has given him, he has proved worthy of coming on and putting on the Celtic green.
First illegal defense call of the night goes against the Sixers. That is a warning. The next one results in a technical foul. Bird for Bagley.
Guards scoring this evening, Boston Celtics, for those 2 by Bagley. Guards for Boston, 12 points. Philadelphia's just 2. Hawk had 43 the other night, has none tonight.
Dawkins for 3. Got it. 27-22 Celtics. Bagley back in a hurry, tries to feed for McHale, picked off by the Sixers. Dawkins had an open shot, decided to slow it down. Ron Anderson got it. And suddenly the Sixers are back to within 3 as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter.
Nice little 7-2 run by the Sixers.
Rick Fox forcing his way in and past Manute.
Rick Fox has to say, that was pretty easy. Maybe I'll try that again. Rick, it won't be that easy next time.
Didn't look that easy the first time.
No, it didn't.
Barkley double teamed Manute underneath and had McHale on him and overshot. Bird out of the corner. And Barkley has that one. Barkley on Fox. Boy, Charles covered a lot of ground, didn't he?
Charles said, not in the open court, Rick. You're not going to guard me out here. A little crossover right to left. Blew by Fox for the easy one. Bird came over to help out, but it was too late then.
Whistle is on Manute. And Ricky Green, the former Sixer, into the lineup. Has played 5 games for these Celtics and has done a very good job for them.
He really has. That was an excellent pickup by the Celtics.
Kevin McHale open for the pop. McHale's first basket of the night. Celtics by 5, 31-26.
What Ricky Green will do for the Celtics, he will continue to push the ball up and look for the fast break, something that the Celtics had difficult time adjusting to when their 2 guards actually went down.
Big lead for Reggie Lewis. And the Celtics are beating the Sixers down court. 33-26. 8 for Lewis. Trying the lob for Barkley. Out of bounds? No. Save.
Charles is calling for the foul, and I think he did get fouled. There was no question. The weak side help came over and banged Charlie that time, but you can't be too concerned about that. You have to get back.
Bird almost saved that one for Boston. 25 on the game clock, 15 on the shot clock. Dawkins taking his time against Ricky Green. Shot clock is at 4. Fakes once, puts it up, didn't get it. Barkley follows. No shot clock now, 8 seconds to play for the quarter. Fox for 3, nailed it. Hawkins at the buzzer for 3. What a first quarter of action. Charles Barkley, 15 points, 8 rebounds. But as we take a timeout, it's the Celtics 36, the Sixers 28. By the authority of the National Basketball Association and the Philadelphia 76ers, and is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written permission of the NBA and the 76ers is prohibited. Greg Gumbel, Steve Mix back in the Boston Garden. You were going to say?
Boston Celtics doing a good job on the offensive boards. They've got 4 so far. The other night in Phoenix, the starting 5. You believe this? The starting 5 for the Boston Celtics did not have 1 offensive rebound the entire game. They had 4 tonight so far. 76ers have to do a better job of boxing out and getting back defensively. Boston 17 of 26, 68%.
Lewis. Short shot doesn't go. Barkley with another rebound. That's 9 boards for Charles Barkley already here tonight. Barkley's going to put it up. Well, Charles has come ready to play tonight, hasn't he?
He really has.
It's 17 points for Barkley. Back come the Sixers. The lead is 6 for Boston. They're trying to cut it to 4, maybe 3. Barkley with the crossover, scoop, and score!
Oh, my.
Charles Barkley putting on a show, and we still have 11:05 to play in the first half.
Rick Fox, you cannot guard me. Ed Pinckney, you cannot guard me. goes from left to right, a little scoop off the window, and says, yes, I've got it going tonight. Don't take me out, Jimmy. Don't take me out.
Charles Barkley is now within 3 points of his average. He has 20. And with his 9 rebounds, he's within 5 of his average on the board. 36, 33. Pinckney all alone in the middle. Blew the shot. Nothing but Celtics underneath. Pinckney gets out of the lane and will kick it back outside. It's Green, Lewis, Fox, McHale, and Ed Pinckney.
McHale.
That is a nice shot.
McHale looked down at the other basket to find out where he was on the floor and just flipped it over his head. Tremendous effort that time by Kevin McHale. One of those old-time moves where you don't have to look at the basket.
Barkley out top for Ron Anderson. Around and out. Manute is there and scores, and he'll go to the line. Rick Fox draws the foul.
The big guy getting the offensive board, taking it back, getting hit, dropping one through anyway. Rick Fox, tough night for Rick Fox tonight, despite the fact that he was playing well, is having a tough time defensively with Charles, and there he draws a foul right there, trying to make the block on Manute.
Charles is going to take a break, and Mitchell Wiggins comes off the bench for the Sixers.
Chris Ford says, phew, glad to see Charlie get out of there.
Here's Manute's first free throw of the year. And it didn't fall for him. And that one's thrown away. Turnover, Celtics.
The half-court and the full-court press in Orlando worked very effectively for the 76ers. They were able to get turnovers. They were able to create those turnovers into offensive baskets and points for themselves, and consequently they're able to build a lead in Orlando. Let's see if they can do the same thing this evening.
And that one goes off of Jason Williams, who's in the lineup along with Theron Mays. Each team now has committed 4 turnovers. Pretty fast-paced game so far. Fox looking for driving room, can't find it, dishes off, shot no good. Fox offensive board, rejected by Manute.
I told you it wasn't going to be as easy the second time Rick took one of those shots. Manute said, you're not going to get one over me this time, Rick.
Theron Mays tried to do too much with it and turned the ball over, and here's the Celtics. Here's Manute in action.
I'm not sure whether you say Rick or Rook on this one. But the Rook takes it, and Manute says, no, not this time.
Ricky Green, top of the key. And the Celtics lead it by 5. Ron Anderson rejected by Reggie Lewis. Anderson going to take it right back to the hoop. That's a good drive by Ron Anderson. Ricky Green is still one of the fastest men in the NBA.
You know what? I'm absolutely amazed at watching Ricky Green. 36 years old. This is 14th year. He's still out here blowing by guys.
There's a foul on top of Theron Mays. That's his first. Ricky Green is drafted by Golden State. He's played with the Warriors, the Pistons, the Jazz, the Hornets, the Bucks, the Pacers, the Sixers, and now the Celtics.
18. 14 years. Let's see, how many years would it take him then to play with all the teams?
Ricky Green on the drive, doesn't go. Tap no good. Rick Fox. 42-37, Celtics. The rookie has 7. Mays, blocking foul on Green. And whistle blows, and Kevin Gamble comes back into the lineup. He'll replace Reggie Lewis.
Smart move that time by Mays, realizing that Ricky was trying to force over the top of that screen and the double team was going to come. Ricky was leaning a little bit too far to the left. Theron Mays took advantage. That was able to get to the baseline.
That one stolen by Pinckney and taken back by the Sixers for Anderson. 42-39, and the Celtics have gone a little cool here in the second quarter. Just 3 out of 10 from the field, while the Sixers have hit 5 out of 7. Pinckney trying to force feed it into the middle, and it was taken away. Wiggins has it batted away from behind by Fox. And back into the Boston lineup comes Larry Bird, but not before Chris Ford takes a timeout with 7 minutes, 46 seconds to play. Here in the first half, it's Boston by 3.
8% in the first period.
Down deep. Sixers have the advantage by 2 points. Mitchell Wiggins. Front rim, no. Tap, no good. And he'll jump it up. Larry Bird. Only 3-time MVP and former Rookie of the Year, 3 NBA championship rings, an All-Star Game MVP to his credit. And that was thrown away. And there was nobody.
Freddie Carter was calling for it on the sign. I'm open. Freddie lost his mind for a minute. He thought he had a red suit on out there.
42-39, Celtics with the ball and the lead. Bird open. And Manute has the rebound. 3-pointer on the way. Theron way long out of bounds to Boston. Under 7 minutes to play now in the first half. Bird open.
What a nice option for Ricky Green. When in doubt, if I can't get myself open, I'll throw it over to number 33. See if he can do something with it.
Get yourself a sure assist.
Yeah, that's right.
44-39. Manute with the hook. Got it. Manute has 4. McHale, front rim. And Ron Anderson stole the loose ball. Wiggins is 1-on-3, and he's going to take it. And Jason Williams pushed off.
Not a good shot that time by Mitchell Wiggins. So coming down 1-on-3. If that's the situation, you missed the shot just a minute ago. Pull it back a little bit, wait for your teammates, and then look for your shot. Give somebody an opportunity to come down the offensive boards. Larry Bird did an excellent job of boxing out Jason Williams.
Bird across the lane, draws foul. Larry Bird has always been a good example of what you call a good first step in the game.
He really does have a first step. You know what? He doesn't gain much momentum after that first step, but he has an excellent first step.
McHale. Manute with another rebound.
Let's see how much longer Jimmy will leave Freddie or Charles Barkley out there. Charles is having an excellent first period. Take your time, Jason. You've been rushing it just a little bit.
Turnaround on Bird. Front rim, no good. Rebound, Mays. Offensive foul. Theron went up strong, a little too strong, and led with his left arm.
Take a look. You'll see the left arm going out. Realizing Kevin McHale is there, you see the left arm going into the chest of Kevin McHale. It's a good call.
Number 2 on Mays. Mass substitutions now. Robert Parrish back into the lineup, replacing Kevin McHale. Johnny Dawkins, Hersey Hawkins make up the backcourt for the Sixers. Ron Anderson, Manute Bol, and Jason Williams up front. Bird open. Like clockwork.
Yeah. Goes to the right side, to the left side, just pulls out a little 20-footer. You know, if you go for that move, he has the ability to drive by in. Like you said, with that first step of his, he can get by and get open in a hurry once again.
And next whistle, we'll see Charles Barkley back in, but Bird with the steal. Down the lane, Fox, no, Manute was there. Loose ball, picked off by Dawkins. Anderson takes the shot, drove the baseline and scored. Good move by Ron Anderson. And it's 46-43. Anderson has 8. up on Williams, hit it, and it counts. Well, as Jason Williams leaves the court trying to figure out what he did wrong. Really didn't do anything wrong.
You know what he did wrong? He guarded Larry Bird when Larry Bird is playing very well. One of those nights there's nothing you can really do. I mean, you can play excellent defense. There's no question about that. And then all of a sudden, Larry will burn you for 4, 5, 6 shots in a row. He's gone to the right side. He's gone to the left side. This time he backed him down. Just a little turnaround jump shot.
Bird makes it a three-point play. He has 13. The Celtics lead it by 6 as we have 4.5 to play in the half. Charles Barkley back in, along with Armand Gilliam. Manute with the hook comes up short. Bird has it. And the throwaway, is it saved? Who's it off of? It is Celtic ball. Referee says Johnny Dawkins was out of bounds when he grabbed it.
I think Johnny threw it off of Rick Fox's leg, but it came back to hit Johnny. Boston Celtics have not had a fast break in the second period. They had 14 fast break points in the first period, but none so far in the second.
Parrish trying for the stuff. Did he get it? He didn't get it, and it's out of bounds to the Sixers. Watch Parrish. He didn't get much higher than this in his younger days, did he?
Whoop. Missed that just a little bit. Come down and hurt your back.
Dawkins inside. Doesn't fall, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Mismatch right there. J.D. being guarded by Bagley once again. 76ers have a couple mismatches out there if they want to take advantage of it. One is Rick Fox guarding Charles Barkley again. The other one is Bagley on Dawkins. Be nice to get Hawk off. I'll tell you that. Hawk has not been very effective at all this evening. As a matter of fact, he doesn't have any points. But when you take a look, what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to get to the line, either drive to the basket and get fouled, go to the line. That's what coaches always told me. Either get it or get him off the offensive glass. When you don't want your guard on the offensive glass. Maybe we can get Charles posting up down low, let the double team come, and then swing the ball out and around to the right side for Hersey to hit one.
Saw Rick Fox get the nice hand. He leaves the game with 7 points, 4 rebounds. 4-point lead for the Celtics as we approach 3:45 for the half. Bagley dribbled it off of his foot and then regained it. Bird for Parrish, rejected by Manute.
Manute said, don't bring that in here. I got the little guy, I'll get the chief.
And a big smile on Manute's face.
Manute just loves the block shots. He's played in 2 games. He has 12 block shots. That's his second one tonight.
Along with 4 points and 5 rebounds. Lewis missed it. Parrish with the hook. And Shackelford has the rebound. .320 to play in the half. Charles can catch fire again after the time on the bench.
Back him down. Back him down.
Oh, a perfect feed for Armand Gilliam, who lost the handle. Bagley for Gamble. Backs it back to Bird. That's about as much frustration as you'll see Larry Bird show.
That was a lot. He's really disgusted with himself, realizing that he should have had 2 more points. Little lefty, little finger roll, and he says, oh, man, I should have had that one. Not quite sure he said that, but...
Close enough.
Yes, close enough, absolutely.
Celtics missed 5 straight shots from the field. Bird now has 14 points. Make it 15, and the Celtics lead 51-45 with 3 minutes to play in the half. You see the reaction of the people in Orlando when they say, what do you mean Hersey Hawkins has no points in the
Yeah,
play
that's
half?
right. He killed us on Wednesday night.
Gilliam. A couple of fakes. Won't get the bounce. Shackelford grabs the ball. Whistle blows, and looks like the foul is on the Celtics. They'll sort it out. Looks like it's on Gamble. It is on Kevin Gamble. 2:40 to play here in the first half. 51-45, Boston. Bird pops out wide open. And Shackelford with the rebound. Dawkins trying to get past Bagley, put it up and home. Nice play, Johnny Dawkins, 51-48. He has 9, and the Sixers are within 3.
76ers held on. A little burst early by the by the Boston Celtics. Now all of a sudden the Sixers are within 3. And the Sixers have been playing steady ball the entire half.
There's the second illegal defense call and a technical. Imagine Larry Bird will shoot this.
What was your first clue? And that he's shooting 88%? Or that he's just normally a good free throw shooter?
That too. There's Chris Ford. Ran third in Coach of the Year voting last year. He's done a good job with this team.
He really has.
Good feed for Bagley underneath. He blew the shot. Parrish follows twice and doesn't get it. And the loose ball foul. 2 seconds on Johnny Dawkins. Nope, make it Ron Anderson. That's number 1 on Anderson. And Parrish will go to the line. Celtics have missed their last 9 shots from the field. Chief now with 6 points, 9 rebounds, and here comes Kevin McHale to get Kevin Gamble.
I think the 76ers defense has picked up tremendously in this second period. Just about every time that a Celtic will shoot, there's a hand in their face and they're being contested, which makes those shots that much more difficult to knock down.
Sixers trail by 6 with 1:45 to play. Ron Anderson casts off from long range, doesn't get it, tapped out of bounds by Shaq. It belongs to Boston. Sixers have to be careful this one doesn't get away from them in the final moments of the second half.
Boston could run off 6 quick ones here in the last minute and a half, but they're going to have to be very careful as Ron Anderson has another personal. Kevin McHale could go to the line and conceivably stretch their lead, which is 6-8.
That's number 2 on Anderson, and there's the battle right there, and that's why the whistle was blown. You're allowed to use your shoulder, are you, down there?
Generally not.
And Ronnie Anderson is going to sit down for the rest of the half before he draws his third.
That's a tough matchup for Ron Anderson to have to guard Kevin McHale. Kevin McHale, what, a man of 1,000 moves in the low post, and will use them all. Ron Anderson about 3 inches, 4 inches shorter than Kevin McHale. Very difficult matchup that time for the 76ers.
Kevin McHale, he of Cheers fame a couple of weeks ago.
There you go. There you go. You liked that one too, didn't you?
56-48. Celtics by 8 as we approach a minute 15 to play in the first half. Hawkins still looking for a first point of the night. And Reggie Lewis all over him. Off the baseline, way short. Parrish with the loose ball. Under a minute to play. Lewis wide open. And Parrish crashing the boards out of bounds to the Sixers. Boston now 0 for their last 10 from the floor. Yet they've stretched their lead to 8. Free throws. Charles across the lane, strong, had it stripped and fouled. That one's Reggie Lewis. That's number 2 on Lewis. Charles is having a half breather, half conversation on the baseline.
Charles Barkley goes to the line almost 12 times per game, which is phenomenal when you consider. That tells you how often he goes to the basket. Charles Barkley with 21 points is to see, but his free throw shooting on the year as you said, was 68%. He's shooting better from the field. He misses another one.
He's having a horrible night tonight. He's 3 out of 6 tonight. And 3 out of 7. Ten-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Parrish fouled, and he'll go to the line. That's number 3 on Charles Shackelford. Parrish goes to the line with 7 points and 11 rebounds tonight. And Ron Anderson is going to come back in with 20 seconds to play here in the first half. I think most people are agreed that the Celtics probably will extend Robert Parrish's contract in some way, shape, or form.
I did ask Chief about that prior to the game, and I said, you want me to ask you that question in the interview? And he said, there's nothing to talk about. Because neither party has really gone to the other one and said, I would like to do this. And the Celtics are just kind of waiting back to find out what's going to happen with Chiefs.
5 seconds to play. Barkley for 3. Doesn't fall. Parrish with another rebound. And that's halftime. That shot will not count if it goes, and it doesn't go. We're at halftime. Boston 56, the Sixers 48. We'll take time out and come back to the parquet floor in a moment.
Warning. Up to half of all engine wear can happen when you start your car. At this critical time, tests prove Quaker State 10W30 protects better than any other leading 10W30 motor oil. In an overwhelming majority of engine tests, Quaker State 10W30 flowed faster to all vital parts. In all size engines tested, Quaker State protected faster, so it protected better. Get the best protection against startup wear. Today's Quaker State. It's one tough motor oil.
Right now, your Olds Connection dealer has Cutlass Sierras priced so low, we can't afford to spend much on this commercial. So you'll have to imagine it in motion. Look at it go. Vroom, vroom. See how it takes those mountain curves. No wonder 96% of the Sierras sold in the past 10 years are still on the road. Now imagine a price of only $13,365, which could be even lower after any dealer discount. And this is a 6-passenger car that's really equipped. Maybe it's time to stop imagining. This deal is for real.
The one thing I learned in all my years in Philadelphia was how they like to pile on the beef. Which brings me to my all-time favorite sandwich, Roy Rogers roast beef. It's juicy and lean, sliced fresh, and piled on, nice and gently. And the good news is now I can get my old favorite sandwich at my new favorite restaurant, Hardee's. And it's just $1.79 for a limited time. So keep piling on the beef, guys. No, the other beef.
The best of Roy's, now at Hardee's.
The Yellow Pages, hold on to your seat. It can show you where to get some culture. Or a great seat at the game. Where to find a suitable bargain. Or just get away from it all. So if they say it's just the Yellow Pages, don't sit still for it. The genuine...
To give.
Bryant battling Murphy inside. Drexler's cut off. Robinson short on the jumper. Here comes Scotty Brooks.
So tough.
That's... Are you guys... And?
Well, it's just like driving a car. You just kind of... He tells...
Instead of 5 years. I wrote it the way I saw it, Louis, and you know...
Ready on port? Ready. Ready on server?
Ready.
Pardon?
First doing a bikini contest in the military, I'm actually kind of excited about it because they have more energy.
Will it hold?
I suggested.
We asked the
by 3, 33, 23, 33. This is cocktail waiting for bartender.
Let's go swimming. Wanna go, Jackson?
Let's go.
Huh?
Hey, Captain.
Yeah.
The girls want to do some swimming. Where can we go?
There's good water up by Waikiki and just off Diamond Head. It's nice. Yep, you bet.
Okay.
Clean, blue, quiet.
All right. Sounds good.
We'll do it. Yeah.
Hey, let's go swimming. All right. All right, come on. Good.
Chinaman's hat is called Chinaman's hat, I think, because it looks like Chinaman's hat. So this is the first time that I got to go actually on it, so that was kind of neat. Kayaking, because I've kayaked in other places on the island, but so I thought it would be a good experience to take Pam and Jackie out there.
Kayaking was fun. We started real early in the morning. Went to Chinaman's Hat. It was hard. It was really hard, and I'm like sore. But it was fun.
Favorite thing that we did here would probably have to be when we kayaked to the island and we found the little cove where we were swimming. That was really neat. The sand was like gravel. It was really neat. Very pretty there, and that was neat. I like that.
Sodas, suntan lotion endorsements, and a lot of prints for swimwear. And bikini contests, of course. I'm very athletic. I can do anything from...
Going for it, you know what I mean?
Man, masking the punk who looks like he's...
a way of life, which, if you're serious about it, it has to be. You know, I like to do aerobics a couple times a week and work out with the weights. I've really seen...
Excuse us for busting.
Closet would be gold.
Murder of that which I seem to...
It's a...
Got a set schedule. I have to go into the office. I have to do this. That's when you get crazy. Like, I can just wake up one morning and say, hey, I'm going here, I'm going there. That is great to me. That's what my summers are like.
Charles plans to play 3 or 4 more years. And when he hangs up the sneakers, Philadelphia will certainly miss its most colorful and controversial athlete.
This Philadelphia 76ers halftime report is brought to you by Hardee's. Hardee's, the best of Roy Rogers and a whole lot more.
The one thing I learned in all my years in Philadelphia was how they like to pile on the beef. Which brings me to my all-time favorite sandwich, Roy Rogers roast beef. It's juicy and lean, sliced fresh, and piled on, nice and gently. And the good news is now I can get my old favorite sandwich at my new favorite restaurant, Hardee's. And it's just $1.79 for a limited time. So keep piling on the beef, guys. No, the other beef.
The best of Roy's, now at Hardee's.
Another Meineke profile of the smart and thrifty. They're not celebrities, they're not millionaires, but they know how to live. How can they afford all this fun in the sun? Did Dad make a killing in the stock market? Did Mum clean up on the garage sale? No, they saved and shopped wisely.
I didn't pay a lot for new brakes at Meineke.
Come to Meineke Discount Mufflers, the muffler and brake specialist, where you'll get more life out of your car and more miles for your dollar. At Meineke, you're not going to pay a lot for new brakes.
St. Peter, it is believed, is a movie fan. It is further believed St. Peter, being from Philadelphia, is a sports fan. So when heaven was wired for cable, St. Peter chose the one premium channel with the best movies and exclusive Phillies, Flyers, and Sixers coverage. St. Peter chose Prism.
The deadly machine has the team on the run. On the next Lightning Force.
Saturday at 7:30 on PHL 17.
Sunday at 2, a professor's discovery of a tiny alien sparks havoc. Oh, no. Harvey Korman and Charles Stretton star in Munchies right here on PHL 17.
That's why we're selective about the things we get you to read. At halftime here in the Boston Garden, 56-48, Boston leading the Sixers. Welcome back to the Garden, everyone. Greg Gumbel along with Steve Mix. And, you know, as far as team statistics go, this first half really couldn't get too much closer or too much more even. The teams were very close in the rebounding department. They were very close in shooting percentages. It's hard to imagine that the difference is what it is on the scoreboard.
There's one telling tale, though, I think. Hersey Hawkins, 20 minutes, 0 for 7. You know, you hit 2-3 of those shots, and all of a sudden we've got a tied ball game.
Yeah, take a look at this team statistics. The field goal percentages, the 76ers shooting 44% to Boston's 43%. The free throws, the Sixers have only hit half of theirs, but the rebounds are even, and the Philadelphia has turned the ball over 4 times more. Individual scoring, Charles Barkley having an outstanding first half, 21 points. Johnny Dawkins with 9, Ron Anderson off the bench for 8, and Manute Bol with 4, and a couple of blocked shots as well. For the Boston Celtics, Larry Bird with 16 points, Reggie Lewis with 8, Parrish with 7, and Rick Fox with 7. Now, around the NBA, what's making headlines? Well, Patrick Ewing got into a little duel on the court with Detlef Schrempf. Detlef came out today and said, no, he didn't hit me, and that'll probably save a suspension for Ewing. But what it did do, he was ejected from that game, and it snapped 214 straight games in which he has scored in double figures. Seattle Sean Kemp is on injured reserve. He's a good ball player. And the Nets have re-signed Dave Feudel. Coach Bill Fitch was a little bit upset when he had to cut him when Kenny Anderson was signed. A couple of games being played around the NBA tonight at the Meadowlands. New Jersey leading the Bullets 51-44 in the second. Speaking of Kenny Anderson, he's going to be a good one. And the Miami Heat leading Charlotte 58-53. Detroit by 1 in Pontiac over the Utah Jazz. And Seattle and Indiana are tied at 47. And one of the things that we are agreed on, there are a couple of real good rookies around the league this year. We're seeing one here tonight, and Rick Fox. And we were talking earlier about a couple of the others, and I think Kenny Anderson is going to be a good ball player by the time the end of the season comes around.
Kenny Anderson is playing very well, or will play very well. Larry Johnson at Charlotte, but the guy I like out in Denver, Mutombo.
Yeah, Dikembe Mutombo has shown that, yeah, just wait till he learns how to play the game.
There you go.
You know? Don't forget about a guy named Steve Smith in Miami, too. We'll take a time out here and come back and get you set for the start of the second half here in the Boston Garden in just a moment.
The Latham Hotel at 17th and Walnut in the prestigious Rittenhouse Square area, Philadelphia's finest example of a European-style hotel, a tradition worth cultivating.
Farm fresh eggs, garden...
Quality Plus Ford dealer who invites you to stop in and see what's new. $4.92. Back at the Boston Garden, Greg Gumbel, Steve Mix, Ron Anderson in action.
Ron Anderson hitting one of his 4 shots in the first half. Ron had a pretty good half. He had 8 points, 4 of 7, 3 boards to go along with that.
Interesting thing about Ron Anderson's season thus far, he has 7 3-pointers this season. He had 9 all of last year.
Isn't that amazing? You know what? He has really worked on that part of his game. Every time I've seen Ron Anderson so far this year and previous years, he's always worked on another aspect of his game. A couple years ago, he worked on his drives. Now he's able to put the ball on the floor. Then he's able to duck under somebody and give a little head fake. And this year, He's working on his three-point shot.
What was the thing you always worked on, Steve?
Getting up and going down the end of the bench and getting a glass of water or a towel from the ball boy. I mean, I spent a lot of time over there practicing those particular moves.
You did it so well.
I did it well, too. That's why I got 13 years in the league. I was able to do that better than anybody.
I got a kick out of talking with Tom Heinsohn before the game tonight. And you list him as one of the several coaches who have cut you in your career?
Yeah, we were going to list all of them. But
time doesn't permit.
Absolutely. We just don't have enough time.
Second half is underway. Sixers start Johnny Dawkins, Hersey Hawkins, Armand Gilliam, Charles Shackelford, and Charles Barkley.
Sixers cannot afford to let the Celtics get into their fast break scheme of things early on.
Quick pop by Reggie Lewis. Lewis, Bagley, Gamble, Parrish, and Bird. 10 for Lewis and a 10-point lead for the Celtics.
Let's see if the 76ers coaching staff is going to try to get Hersey involved in the offense a little bit more.
Gilliam across the lane on Bird. Around and out. Tapped out. Bagley has it. And all alone into the layup is Kevin Gamble. That's a 12-point lead for the Celtics. Easily the biggest of the night. Celtics prove it night after night. You don't have to be a fast team to run the break.
No, you don't. You just have to really be smart.
Hersey forcing his way in, and you said it, Steve. He got himself into the offense.
Well, he has to. There's no question about it. You have to start gaining some confidence. 0 for 7 in the first half. Reggie Lewis doing an excellent job defensively guarding Hawk. Now all of a sudden he made a little one-on-one move and got the basket. Let's see if that can get him off.
First basket of the night. Bird doing a little talking to Armand Gilliam.
One of the best trash talkers in the league.
You bet. That one way off the glass, no good, and here come the Sixers. 60 to 50, the lob, and a nice feed from Barkley to Shackelford. 60 to 52. Shaq has 4. Bagley into the lane. Back outside. Bird for 3.
Have to know where Larry is every moment of the time. Every time you're out there defensively, you better know where Larry is because they're looking for him.
Bird has 19. Shackelford off the glass.
Banks are open.
Wow. Did he call it? You'll see. 63-54, and Reggie Lewis just drives the baseline for 2 more. He has 12. Racehorse style of basketball that we began this game with. In the first quarter, both teams came out shooting well. Charles takes a peek at the shot clock. Up top. Hawkins, 5 on the shot clock. 2 on the shot clock. Dawkins runs out of time.
You'll notice one thing that the Boston Celtics are doing. They are not leaving Hawk. Despite the fact that the double team came, John Bagley from the top side came down. What you might want to do is bring Hawk over, and if they're going to double down from the top, let Hawk's man do it.
Sixers turning the ball over 5 times more than Boston has so far tonight. Look at the head coaches. Bird, quick turn. Hawkins has it, and here comes Dawkins. Down the lane, over Bird. Nice play by Johnny Dawkins. 65-56, JD has 11. Bagley looking low. Bird. For Parrish. Didn't fall. Batted away from behind Shackelford, but Dawkins has it. And John will put it up and hit it. Johnny Dawkins. Wanted the foul on his arm, didn't get the call. Sixers have made their last 5 shots in a 65-58 Boston. Gamble batted away from behind by Charles Barkley. And again, Charles Barkley looking just a little different, wearing the number 32 tonight instead of his number 34. He'll be in that 32 for the rest of the season.
Question, right, is how much will that bubble gum card be worth 10, 15 years from now when you look and say, when did he wear 32?
And there's an offensive foul on Reggie Lewis. That is 3 on Lewis.
Good call. You saw the left arm coming out into the chest of Hawk. Lowered that shoulder.
65-58, and Sixers looking to cut into that lead a little bit more. Gilliam going one-on-one on Bird. Backs his way in, goes to the left hand, doesn't fall. Parrish with the rebound. Bagley, little stutter step, lost the handle. Here comes Dawkins, outrunning Parrish. No, Parrish with the block. Bird to Gamble to Bird.
Robert Parrish doing an excellent job of hustling back defensively to catch Johnny Dawkins. He's the one that really you have to give credit to for that fast break opportunity by the Celtics.
Larry Bird has 21. Barkley looking to the baseline, then goes cross court. Good ball movement by the Sixers. Hawkins inside. Came up short. Bird. Oh, what a pass.
Timeout by Jimmy. Cannot let the 76ers fall too far behind.
6:48 to play. Third quarter. Celtics by 11.
94 ways to love your baby.
The Philadelphia Flyers take on the Montreal Canadiens right here on PHL 17.
Just watched the Flyers in action 2 nights ago against Edmonton.
You like hockey. You flat out love hockey.
Yeah. Never been on a pair of ice skates in my life. Love hockey.
You'd probably be one of those guys that would be like one of those bullies on ice with double runners on the skates, right?
Bully? Me?
Yeah. Oh, you think you're a finesse hockey player? Give me a break. You were telling me about your basketball exploits.
Never mind, Steve. We're under 6:40 to play, third quarter. Sixers need to get something going here. Dawkins working his way in, tries to dish. Ricky Green off the bench with a steal for Boston.
Perfect read by Ricky Green.
Bird down low, whistle blows, and this one goes against the Sixers. Hersey Hawkins, it looks like. It is. That's 2 on Hersey. Celtics with Gamble, Lewis, Parrish, Green, and Bird. Sixers have Dawkins, Hawkins, Barkley, Anderson, and Charles Shackelford, who is now on Robert Parrish. Trying to work his way in. Turnaround is good. .58. Celtics enjoying their biggest lead of the night. Shaq. Quick pop over Parrish, doesn't fall. Here comes Kevin Gamble. Parrish face up on Shackelford. Anytime on the shot clock, it's at 10. Gamble will take the jumper. Celtics can do no wrong right now.
Everything's starting to fall into place for the Celtics. Kevin Gamble drills another one from the top. Get the ball to Charlie. Let him work a little bit. ISO.
Big power move into the lane. Puts it up, around and out. Ricky Green to Bird. Over the head to Gamble. Bird expected Gamble to be cutting to the basket a little sooner than he did. Ron Anderson gets Bird in the air, puts it up. And Barkley on the offensive board. That breaks a Boston run, 73-60. 23 for Barkley. He has hit his average. Bird to Parrish. He will give and go, but Parrish lost the handle. Bird lost the handle. Up ahead for Barkley. 25 for Charles tonight. 73-62. And with that, Chris Ford calls timeout. 4:28 to play here in the third quarter. And the Celtics lead it by 11.
Hawks with Dominique Wilkins and ex-Sixer Mo Cheeks on Friday, November 22nd at the Spectrum. Tickets are still available. Call Ticketmaster at 215-336-2000. That's 215-336-2000. Old Mo is back.
Maurice playing some very good basketball. Ricky Green, Bird, McHale back onto the floor along with Rick Fox for the Sixers, and Manute is back into the lineup for Philadelphia. Bird for three.
Charlie was in his face. Larry Bird just rose up. Nothing but net.
24 for Bird. 76-62, the Celtics by 14. And Barkley with the shot clock at 6. Ron Anderson, two-pointer. 76-64. Green looking for a way around Dawkins, doesn't find it. Down low to Reggie Lewis. Lewis, up, big, with a force.
Yes. I mean, Hersey Hawkins could not have played better defense that time down the floor than what he did. He was in the face of Reggie Lewis, but yet Reggie knocked it down.
Hawkins, and a blocking foul on Rick Fox, and Sixers may have gotten away with one there. Rick Fox looked like he was standing there waiting for a bus.
He was definitely there, but you know what? Rookies don't get those calls.
Next year for Rick. That's 3 on Fox, and Chris Ford is quietly letting Bernie Pryor know his thoughts.
Chris is saying, I might call him Rook, but you don't have to make the calls of a rookie.
Hawkins, just his 3rd point of the night. And that's 4 for Hawkins. 78-66 with 3 minutes exactly to play here in the 3rd. Lewis, got the basket, will go to the free throw line. Hersey Hawkins commits his 3rd. And Reggie Lewis goes to the line with 18 points. And the cheer is for number 53, Joe Klein, who's about to come into the game, replacing Larry Bird.
Celtics have been trying to shop Joe Klein for the last month, and really all they're looking for the most part, is a 2nd-round pick. Surprising that nobody has offered Boston a 2nd-round pick for Joe Klein. I think he's a good, solid center with some good low-post moves. He'll rebound. He'll do a good job defensively for you. The problem is the salary cap.
Bird leads the game with 24 points, 7 rebounds. Ron Anderson. Back outside to Manute. Inside, Hawkins fouled. And Chris Ford didn't like that with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Joe Klein's first personal foul. I think it's fair to say that Rick Fox has shown more of a game in the NBA than he did at North Carolina.
You take a look at a lot of those guys from North Carolina. I mean, you consider the team that Dean Smith had a number of years ago with Michael Jordan and Perkins and Worthy. It should have been a dynasty, a la UCLA a number of years ago. But strange things happen. And what'd you say, if it wasn't for that one errant pass, they may not have won that one championship.
Entirely right. Hawkins hits them both. He has 6. It's 81-68. The steal and the score by Hawkins.
Full court press now by the Sixers once again.
And Chris Ford calls a 20-second timeout. He's not going to let things get away from him here. 2:26 to play.
This is the second unit for the Boston Celtics for the most part, other than Reggie Lewis, that the 76ers were able to press and press effectively. They were able to get back into the game against the second unit.
Interesting to see now how much the crest of that 5-game winning streak will be able to carry the Sixers from here on.
Well, they've got a tough game tonight, obviously. We go to Detroit for tomorrow night's ball game against the Detroit Pistons. There's another tough game. So, you know, fortunately, the 76ers are winning the games that they're supposed to win.
Full court pressure. Ricky Green helps the Celtics break that. Klein, McHale in the lane. $83-70. 2:05 to play. Barkley puts it up front rim, no good. McHale with Manute in his face. Turnaround fadeaway. That's McHale's shot. 85-70. 10 for McHale as the Celtics have now hit 5 in a row from the floor. Ron Anderson blocked by Fox from behind. Green fouled by Hersey Hawkins. Hawkins or Johnny Dawkins?
Johnny Dawkins.
Johnny Dawkins.
Ricky Green may have lost a half a step somewhere from the time he entered this league to 14 years later, but he still has plenty of speed, realizing that J.D. was moving back defensively. He just split the scenes between J.D. and Hersey Hawkins.
Fox off the pick. McHale with the rebound and comes up short. Barkley has it. Ten rebounds now for Charles Barkley. Anderson for 3. Doesn't go. And we have 1 minute to play here in the third quarter. It occurs to me that if Ricky Green has slowed down a half step, that means he's only a couple of steps ahead of everybody else.
There you go.
Shot clock is at 8. McHale looks twice over Manute and puts it up. Oh, what a shot by Kevin McHale. Boston's lead is 17 as we come up on half a minute to play. Dawkins for 3, and Johnny Dawkins nails the three-pointer. Second three-pointer of the night for Johnny Dawkins. Ricky Green. Oh, what a drive by Ricky Green with the left hand.
Charles Barkley slow getting over to shut that lane off. Should have taken a half a step more to prevent Ricky Green from getting into that lane area, stopping Ricky from getting to the layup.
And Green called for the foul on Dawkins with 7 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Which was actually a good foul for the Boston Celtics. They were not in the penalty situation, so 76ers have to take the ball out and get into their offense once again.
Dawkins to Manute at the buzzer. The tap no good, and that'll do it for the quarter. Good period for the Boston Celtics. We've played 3 here at the Garden. It's the Celtics 89, the Sixers 73.
As compared to just 23% in the second and 68 in the first.
You know, I was thinking once that jungle testing program goes into effect, James Cousin won't be able to get away with this.
No, absolutely not. There you go.
Minnesota leading the Portland Trailblazers. That's a surprise, although
starting QB.
Early up in the Northland. Fourth and final quarter. Sixers looking for a spark. And once again, we've seen a player slip on the parquet here. Of course, the ice underneath. Manute's hook doesn't fall. And a loose ball foul goes against the Sixers.
Ball boys come out quickly. Must be very slippery under the 76ers basket right now as 3 of the ball boys came out and started wiping up the paint area.
Green open for the short pop. 91-73.
Got a lot of confidence in this game, Rick Fox does, you know. It's got to stem a lot from the fact that Chris Ford has the confidence in his own ability to play Rick Fox and to let him get in there and mix it up with the other teams around the list.
Gilliam stripped to the ball by Fox. Foul. And he, in turn, is stripped by Johnny Dawkins. 3-on-2, Dawkins. Long-range shot doesn't fall. Klein has it. Johnny Dawkins trying to light a fire, put up the three-pointer, and it didn't fall. McHale. Out of bounds, and it's a fall. Klein and Ron Anderson. And McHale wins the battle for the loose ball. Talked to Ricky before the game, asked him how he's doing here. He says he's happy here, and they're happy with him. He's played well.
Good acquisition by the Boston Celtics.
Shot clock is at 4. McHale puts it up. Oh, what a great job of catching and shooting by Kevin McHale. And it's a 20-point lead for the Celtics. And Jimmy Lynam going to look for the Linston offense. Going to send in Theron Mays at the next whistle. Mitch Wiggins got it. (93-75). McHale looking for a way around Minute. A couple of fakes doesn't work. Kevin Gamble up top. And the Celtics, Steve, are hitting their open shots tonight.
Well, there's no question about that. And that all stems from the fact that if you get an early lead and you can put a lot of pressure on your opponent and keep them on their heels by getting the fast break going, then all of a sudden they're concentrating on getting too far back into the paint, as we see Rick Fox make a nice steal. There's a foul by Ron Anderson. But once you get a team on its heels and getting back into the paint because they're thinking fast break, all of a sudden the outside shots start falling as well because you're left wide open, as Rick Fox was left wide open just a second ago. And here's the steal, and here comes the foul.
It's a second straight steal by Fox, and the way he's playing ball, he's going to be a fan favorite here for quite a while.
Yeah, they do like him here. That was an excellent draft choice by the Boston Celtics.
Fox with 9 points and 4 rebounds and a couple of steals. Jim Lynam arguing point with Danny Crawford. To no avail.
You take a look at Rick Fox averaging 12 points, but when you consider that that's like 6th in the league amongst the NBA rookies, that's still pretty good considering that there were 27 of them. At least 27 of them.
A couple of them still haven't signed yet.
No.
97-75 with 9:05 to play in the game. Shot clock is at 6. And that is off the Celtics and belongs to the Sixers. Charles Barkley in off the bench. And he'll replace Ron Anderson.
Wait, Boston's playing tonight. This is a start of a good homestand for them. They will play, including tonight's ball game, 9 out of their next 12 games here in the Garden.
That three-pointer by Theron Mays at the buzzer doesn't fall, and it's Boston ball. Meanwhile, the Celtics just came off of a pretty decent road trip. They won 2 out of 3. They were beaten at Portland on Monday. They beat Sacramento Tuesday, beat Phoenix Wednesday.
Very big game in Phoenix, as he had one here this evening as well. Larry Bird was 13 of 17. Not bad.
That foul is on Mitchell Wiggins. That's 2 on Wiggins. a run, they ought to think about doing it now. 8.5 to play in the game. Gamble. Got it.
It's going to be tough to make a run against the Boston Celtics this evening, the way they are shooting the ball. 71% last period. They maintained the streak coming into this period.
Barkley with Rick Fox on him.
Could be a foul right there. He's being guarded two hands. Now, cannot let a rookie come in or anybody come in and guard anybody in the low post by putting two hands on him.
Barkley now with 27. At times, he has looked like the Lone Ranger out there for the Sixers tonight. Green split the basket, and Theron Mays had a handful of his jersey.
He really did, didn't he? That jersey was about ready to be ripped off as Ricky Green elevated. Theron Mays just had his left hand in the jersey almost of Ricky Green. Take a look. You'll see Ricky Green's jersey right there. There's the left hand. There's a swipe at the ball. The ball goes in, and Ricky Green has an opportunity to stretch the lead, the big lead.
And he does. 102-77. Wiggins batted away, and Sixers ball. Chris Ford, there's a pretty good shooter in his day.
He could fill it from deep too. Was he the first player ever to hit a three-point shot in the NBA?
That's entirely right,
yes.
Mr. Mix.
Yes.
Go to the head of the class.
There you go.
22nd timeout with 7.5 minutes to play. Played at Villanova, was drafted by Detroit, and now they've made it a full timeout. So we'll take a break with 7.5 minutes to play. 102-77 Boston.
You came, I was alone. I should have known you were temptation.
The tempting taste of McDonald's alluring quarter pounder with cheese. Add fries and a Coke for an irresistible deal. The extra value meal at McDonald's today.
Temptation, I am yours.
I carry you, you carry me, now and tomorrow, whatever will be.
Since different people carry different kinds of responsibilities, Blue Cross and Blue Shield offer 3 different health plans to carry you through life.
I carry you, you carry me for life.
Now there are so many ways to carry us for life.
A new Ford Escort LX for $99.99. Which Escort LX? It's the price of the 3-door, the new 4-door sedan, the 5-door, and even the wagon. That's right, it's your choice. 4 Escorts, one price. And all equipped with air conditioning, AM/FM stereo radio, power steering, rear defroster, power mirrors, and more. That's right, one price, $99.99 on the Escort LX at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
All right, Steve. Charles Bronson stuff. Sunday at 4. Bronson's a tough L.A. cop seeking revenge on a pimp in Kinjite. Forbidden subject. Right here on PHL 17. Barkley, three-pointer, off the mark. Look at how the Celtics have fired it up in the second half. 74% from the floor.
Trying to send a little message.
Klein won't fall. Barkley with the rebound and will lead the break. And Power down the middle. And an offensive foul.
Charles going to get a tee here. Keeps it up. I'll tell you what. Take a look. Here comes Charlie. Watch his left arm. See if it goes out. No. He kept it at one spot. He did not throw the left arm into Joe Klein. Consequently, it should not have been a foul, but called it anyway.
And that's pretty much the way things are going for the Sixers tonight, who started shooting pretty well. McHale. Fade away over Manute. Klein with the offensive board. Back up top, Kevin Gamble open. And this time Armand Gilliam comes away with it. 6.5 to play in the game. Almost stolen. Mitchell Wiggins comes up shooting and hits.
Second time now Mitchell Wiggins has taken 2 dribbles to the right and come up with a jump shot. Let's see if Kevin Gamble can figure that out next time Mitchell Wiggins catches it.
Fox. Oh, what a move by Rick Fox.
He had to look back. He said, I can't believe I spun that in the second time I've got it over the big guy. Manute. Look at Kevin Gamble. He's got a big smile on his face. He was talking to Manute coming down. He said, I can't believe that one.
Gilliam cross court. 6 on the shot clock. Mays. Wiggins out of the corner. Doesn't fall. Fox has the ball. Green for Fox for Green. And Manute with the ball. 5.5 to play. Barkley double team. Mays 3-pointer. And the Celtics call timeout. 5:23 to play in the game. And the Celtics well on their way to breaking the Sixers' 5-game winning streak.
Hi, it's me. It's Howard Stern, and I've gone through some changes this week.
I'm not a bad-looking woman. Look at me. Do you believe what I'm doing? Oh, yes, it's here. Spokesmodel of the Year 1991. Who will win? Who will be Miss Howard Stern?
One lucky spokesmodel.
Boy, I can feel the energy in the air. Yeah. It's happening this Saturday on the Howard Stern Show. Woo! Ow!
Saturday on PHL 17.
The one thing I learned in all my years in Philadelphia was how they like to pile on the beef. Which brings me to my all-time favorite sandwich, Roy Rogers roast beef. It's juicy and lean, sliced fresh, and piled on, nice and gently. And the good news is now I can get my old favorite sandwich at my new favorite restaurant, Hardee's. And it's just $1.79 for a limited time. So keep piling on the beef, guys. No, the other beef.
The best of Roy's, now at Hardee's.
Another Meineke profile of the smart and thrifty. There he is. He's not a celebrity. He's not a millionaire. But he knows how to enjoy life. And how did he get to this serene setting? Casting his fate to the wind this weekend. It's no secret. He saved his pennies. He went without lunch a few times. And I didn't pay a lot for a muffler at Meineke. Oh, come to Meineke Discount Mufflers, the muffler and brake specialist, where you'll get more life out of your car and more miles for your dollar. At Meineke, you're not going to pay a lot for a...
The Sixers have been hot this season, so don't miss a game. Get a free Sixers pocket schedule by calling 339-7676 and follow Barkley, Hawkins, and Dawkins to victory. Call 339-7676.
Oh, talk about that move by Rick Fox. Take a look at this. A little crossover behind his man. Scoop it home.
You know what? That wasn't a rookie move.
No.
That was an excellent move by Rick Fox.
Rookies aren't supposed to do that.
They're not supposed to.
Ricky Green to Pinckney. 5 on the shot clock. 4 on the shot clock. Forced up and in by Pinckney.
Pinckney fresh off the bench. Chris Ford over there with a smile on his face. He knows this game should be over with. The way the Boston Celtics are shooting the ball.
And a fan favorite, Stoico, is coming off the bench. Mitchell Wiggins. Shot no. Barkley fouled as he tried to follow by Rick Fox, and Charles will go to the line. There is Rick Fox. Number 11 is Stoico Frankovic. 7'2", 260 pounds. Number 12, Kevin Pritchard, also into the lineup. Charles Barkley with his 7th double-double of the season. But he will not be bragging about his trips to the free throw line tonight. It's a pretty fair threesome sitting on the Celtic bench. Barkley, 3 of 8 tonight from the line. 4 of 9.
it's going to be strange when those three for the Boston Celtics, and we're talking about McHale, Parrish, and Bird, they all decide to retire. And it's going to be pretty much about the same time if you consider that Parrish is going to retire in a couple of years. Bird has a 2-year extension on his contract. How much longer can he play? And then how much longer can McHale play? Will the Boston Celtics be able to replace those guys? I highly doubt it.
No, it's got to be Chris Ford's worst nightmare.
Absolutely.
There is another steal for Rick Fox. That's 3 for him tonight. Joe Klein open out of the corner.
Joe Klein at Pinckney. Everybody's filling in. Putting the basket in the hole for the Boston Celtics.
Ron Mays is followed by Brankovic.
Now, if you're Chris Ford, in 2 years when all those guys retire, is that when he goes to NBC and says, listen, I need some studio work. My guys are retiring. I need some studio work.
Old coaches never die.
They just show up in someplace else.
Ron Mays will shoot 2. And Brian Oliver set to come in for the Sixers, who have seen their losing streak here at the Boston Garden grow to 4, or it will in another 4 minutes and 2 seconds. Here comes Brian Oliver in for Armand Gilliam. Gilliam leaves with just 4 points, and that's a surprise for someone who came in averaging 18.5 a game.
18.5 a game and shooting 63%. Boston Celtics, you have to give them credit. They did an excellent job of shutting down the Philadelphia 76ers this season. And one of those reasons, I believe, is that Lewis did not leave Hersey Hawkins. Every time the double came, it came from someplace other than Reggie Lewis.
Takes the ball away from Pritchard. Mays for 3. That's 108-85 with 3:40 to play. Actually, the Celtics did an effective job of shutting everybody down except Charles Barkley. Pinckney. Ed Pinckney in the 7th year out of Villanova. And on the baseline, Mitchell Wiggins breaks free. And Chris Ford is not going to stop teaching. He's shouting about an open man with 3:16 to play and Boston up 110-87.
So we're thinking of getting a new car. And, well, you know what I'm thinking. She's talking safety and reliability. I'm thinking twin cam, 16 valve, mid-engine. Okay, so she's into driver's side airbags and room for 7. I want a low coefficient of drag. She finally gives in. And I get my way.
The 1992 Toyota Previa.
I guess I showed her.
I don't know a lot about automobiles, but I do know a lot about people. That's why I brought my car here to Cotman when the transmission needed work. The people at Cotman are qualified, prompt, and only did the work that needed to be done. Thanks, Cotman, for honest, dependable work.
Cotman Transmission services foreign, domestic, automatic, standards, RVs, 4x4s, and front-wheel drive vehicles. So no matter what your transmission needs are, see your nearest Cotman man in the white pages.
Just what you're after. Domino's right to get to you. Nobody knows like Domino's.
We don't make your pizza till you make your call. So call Domino's Pizza, because now's a great time for a terrific deal.
Nobody like Domino's. How you like pizza at home?
Introducing Domino's Unlimited Topping Special. Toppings and more toppings. All the toppings you want. Order now and get a large for only $11.99.
Well, the Sixers take on Ron Seithley and the Miami Heat on Wednesday, November 20th at the Spectrum. Don't miss the action. Tickets still available. Call Ticketmaster at 215-336-2000. And I guarantee you there's a rookie by the name of Steve Smith who is worth the price of admission.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that game because Miami is playing well, and Steve Smith is one of the reasons.
Speaking of rookies, Rick Fox nails another one. 15 points for the first-year man out of North Carolina. 112-87, 2:50 to play in the game. Brian Oliver floats one home over Brankovic. This is Pritchard. And Pinckney it. Wiggins gets it back and drives and rejected by Brankovic from Yugoslavia. I guess they block shots there too, don't they? Joe Klein wide open. And the Celtics cleaning up on the extensive garbage time. Whistle blows out front.
Big guy from Yugoslavia is fairly agile out there. He can get up and down the floor pretty good. I was watching him a little bit before the game as he came out to shoot a little bit, and he wasn't really doing a whole lot, but just kind of watching him for the last minute or so. He can get up and down the floor a little bit. He's already blocked one shot, and he almost blocked another one there. The foul was called before the shot was taken. A couple of big guys out on the floor right now. You know that? With Manute and the big guy, Brankovic.
Joe Klein.
Yeah.
Brankovic signed as a free agent in October of 1990. Blocked 29 shots in very limited playing time last year. Was a member of the Yugoslavian Olympic team in 1988. They say he's a pretty good athlete. Shot clock at 7. Joe Klein facing up on Jason Williams. Puts it up over him, and Manute has the ball. Wiggins across the lane. Around and out. Pritchard with the ball. Celtics continue to push it. Rick Fox. Had it stripped. And Brian Oliver will get an easy 2. 116-91. And we are in the final 65 seconds of the game. And whistle blows. Oliver guilty of the foul. A couple of scores. Washington has come back to grab the lead on the Nets at New Jersey. Miami Heat. Talked about them coming to the Spectrum, leading Charlotte at home. Detroit leading the Jazz by 6 at the Silverdome. Indiana and Seattle, tight game in the fourth quarter. With that free throw by Kevin Pritchard, every Celtic has now cracked the scoring column. 118-91. 1 minute to play. Wiggins curls it home.
One of those games where the coaches will earn their money tonight. They'll have to get on the charter after the game, head to Detroit. But what they're going to have to do is figure out now what went wrong tonight. How can we correct it for tomorrow night? The simplest thing for the players to do, forget about it. We got a game tomorrow night.
Pinckney, bothered by Manute, couldn't get it down. Jason Williams to Wiggins. And Wiggins doesn't get it. Brankovic with the rebound. Stripped from behind by Williams. And Williams will put it back up. 118-95. First 2 points of the day for Williams. As we get to the final 20 seconds, Pinckney from Rick Fox. Manute launches one. Jason Williams goes hard to the basket, doesn't fall. Big rebound by Brian Oliver. Fox. Brankovic with 6 seconds to play. And Pritchard makes the steal. Pritchard for 3. And that'll do it. 122-97 are the final numbers. We'll take time out and wrap things up from Boston in just a moment.
Have you seen what's new for 92?
Have you
Have you seen the big introductory savings on the all-new 92 Ford full-size truck? It's been reshaped up here and around here with all new comfort in here. Right now, save $2,100 on F-150 options and cash back, or choose low 7.9 financing. Big savings on F-150 at your Quality Plus Ford dealer now.
94 ways to love your baby. 16.
Make a fuss over your baby.
42.
Take your baby out for a night on the town.
94.
Fill it up. Ultra 94. When your car's your baby, it deserves a gasoline as special as Sunoco Ultra 94. Because only Ultra gives you the highest octane under the sun with great detergency.
16.
take your baby home to meet your mama.
94, Ultra 94.
For a century, his legend has amazed us. Part man, part animal, savage, sensuous. They call him King of the Apes. You know him by another name. The legend is back.
Saturdays at 6:30 on PHL 17. Travel arranged through U.S. Air with daily wide-body nonstops to both L.A. and San Francisco. U.S. Air to the West Coast, because everything we do, U.S. Air begins with you.
St. Peter, it is believed, is a movie fan. It is further believed St. Peter, being from Philadelphia, is a sports fan. So when heaven was wired for cable, St. Peter chose the one premium channel with the best movies and exclusive Phillies, Flyers, and Sixers coverage. St. Peter chose Prism.
Back at the Boston Garden, where the Celtics have gone over the 500 mark for the season, they are 5-4, while the Sixers fall to 5-3. 122-97, the final score. If you had to put it in a nutshell, Steve, the Sixers didn't have quite the balanced scoring and the help for Charles Barkley that they had during that 5-game winning streak.
Well, they really didn't, and I think we alluded to it a little bit and talked about Reggie Lewis not leaving Hersey Hawkins. I think that had a big deal to do with it, because now they're doubling down from someplace else, and Reggie Lewis just stayed right on Hersey, not allowing him to get the big night in the 43 points like he had in Orlando.
As you said, time for the coaches to get to work. That does it from here. Once again, the final score, Boston 122 and the Sixers 97. For Steve Mix, I'm Greg Gumbel saying so long from the Boston Garden. We'll be joining the Jeffersons in progress, and want to remind you, be sure to join PHL 17 Tuesday, December 3rd. Sixers will be in New Jersey to meet the Nets. Game time is 7:30. Until then, good night, everybody.
Tonight's Sixers game on PHL 17 has been brought to you by Coors Extra Gold. No doubt about it, beer is back. And by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. And by McDonald's. McDonald's today. Always good food, always good value. And by your Olds Connection dealer. Get a great deal on a new Oldsmobile.
$5 billion freight buy at the largest furniture factory outlet.
Recognize the bargain.